Now, with Football Manager 23 beta period, we need to have fun in the beta. We can't go rebuilding teams just because they're bad, and plus Newcastle United have a lot of money and I really want to spend it and see what we can do with them.
Definitely, yeah. Let's have a laugh, shall we?
Yeah, so we're going to do 5 years with Newcastle, see what we can achieve with them, and I'm fully aware that they don't necessarily need a rebuild, it's just the format of the video, and I'm very aware that we've already done them twice, and that's why today we're doing things a little bit differently with Dad's sections as well.
Yeah, what I'm going to do this time is just pick out 5 of my favourite players that I've seen over my time playing for Newcastle.
In a Newcastle shirt, so yeah. Going all the way back to like the 1800s in Dad's time. We're going to see his 5 favourite players of Newcastle United, each year that we'll do in this rebuild. Because I promised this time round we're actually doing 5. We didn't like cut any corners like we did last time. So no special stipulations. We're just going to have fun, buy some expensive players, use all of the money that they're going to give us.
We're taking over a really good side at the moment.
Absolutely.
They're not outstanding players, but they are a good team.
Yeah, for sure. Eddie Howe's got them playing really well as well. As we're recording this, they're in the top 4.
Yeah.
So let's see.
I will say they're behind Spurs, but they did give Spurs a bit of an arm.
They give them a bit of a tongue. Right, so at the start of the Football Manager period taken over Newcastle, you get roughly about £80 million. It's not as much as what you did last year, but it's still probably one of the most that you're going to get for any team at the start of a game of Football Manager 2023. So let's take a look at what I actually spent that on then, Dad, because of course they had the big signing of Isak in, which I think is a perfect signing. Looks really good. Then he got injured.
Shame really, because he got going, scored a goal, and got himself injured, didn't he?
I think he is, him and Haaland, that they're coming into this new era of strikers who are very tall, slender, strong, quick, powerful. He looks talented, doesn't he? So we've got him at the club already. We are training to beat the offside trap, which is one of my favourite things to give a striker, so that's fantastic. They also brought in the likes of Sven Botman, but I have also brought in a centre-back because I think that is probably their weakest area still, is defence.
Yeah.
I think going forward, they've got some good players now. Midfield, yeah, they're okay. Maxence Lacroix is the first player that I have brought in. Very pacey.
Yeah.
Very much the opposite of what Newcastle have in defence right now. Dan Burn, great defender, but he's really slow. Sven Botman's also the same. Big, tall, powerful defender. Not exactly the quickest. No. This guy's different. 6'3", so he's still quite tall to be fair, and he's still quite strong. I like him. He's only 22 years of age. He's French. £34 million from Wolfsburg.
Good price, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And he's done quite well for Wolfsburg in real life too. But he's not the only signing that we have made so far. Miguel Crespo is another player that I have brought in. So this guy, centre midfielder for Newcastle, we can see got good tackling, good passing ability, but the mentals is where it's at. He was actually featured in one of my must-buy videos at the very start of Football Manager, and I think for a very good reason. We picked him up. He's Portuguese. We picked him up from Fenerbahce for £8.25 million. He's made 4 appearances already. So that's not bad at all. I quite like that player.
Yeah.
The final player that we brought in was a backup to fullback, because I think they were kind of weak in numbers. We got Trippier, who can play right back. They got a couple of other players who can play left back. But Joe Scally from Borussia Mönchengladbach can play on both wings. He's only 19, a USA player as well.
Yeah,
possibly. Yeah. And he looks quite good, to be fair. He's got a good potential on the game. At 5-star that we can see there, and he's only worth 2.5 current ability. So we picked him up from Mönchengladbach, £11.25 million. That is so far our summer, and takes Newcastle's tally in total to £171 million, which is roughly what you were given last year to spend. So it's kind of fair, I think, that they've done that with obviously the additions of Nick Pope and players like that.
Newcastle's best signing at
this
present. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think he's just changed the team, really. I think.
Yeah, I agree. Even so, that Man United loaned out their goalkeeper, Dubravka. Don't know why, we haven't even used him yet. Right, so tactically then. Now, Eddie Howe's tactics are quite interesting, to be fair, looking at it. He's played quite a variation of different things, but it's getting to be working. To say it's close, we're going for this. Now, we're going 2 up top because we do have Callum Wilson and Isak, and so far, touch wood, they're both fit.
Yeah.
And once they're both fit, then it's kind of like, who stays off?
You can't afford to leave Callum Wilson out, can you? He's a top quality striker, I think. He's just been under the radar all the time, and now he's got into a team that could put him the next step into the England team.
Yeah, absolutely. He's always picking up injuries. I feel really bad for him.
He can't be far off making the England team for the World Cup.
No, I would disagree. I would disagree. Yeah. So you might recognise that this formation has a name. It's basically the Spurs setup, but a different formation. So the Spurs tactic that we had.
No,
the Spurs tactic that we had did really well.
Yeah.
But we just moved around the positions and everything like that. So we've got 2 holding midfielders. Segundo Volante is perfect for Bruno Guimaraes, who's arguably Newcastle's best player.
Yes.
Really good, really good.
I love watching him play.
He's fantastic on the game too. And then we got this left-hand side, Alain Saint-Maximin. So Alain Saint-Maximin
Scares the shit out of everybody. He
yeah,
gets that ball
terrifying
in
when
his
he runs
face.
at you.
He just runs at you. doesn't
Yeah, I actually think they've done him dirty because he looks worse than what he was last year on the game, which is a shame. But there we go. We got a ball-winning midfielder role, which is going to be difficult to pick up. And this is the reason why I think their lack of depth in midfield might play a thing into it, because they've got the likes of Longstaff and John Joe Shelby. They're just not good enough.
No.
Not for where Newcastle are wanting to be. I think this is maybe where Newcastle in real life might need to upgrade. Yeah. So we got the 2 strikers, of course. Now, this is a custom gegenpress. It's positive, everything like that. We have had a bit of injury problems. And if we do look at this, look how many injuries we have got. And they all seem to be a long time. 8 weeks to 3 months in Joelinton.
Trippier's a bad one for us.
Kieran Trippier is out for 3 to 5 months.
That's a bad one.
That's why I bought Joe Scally.
These are set pieces, things like that, isn't it?
Yep. Saint Maximin, 4 days to 2 weeks, so that's not too bad, but it's still annoying. Kraft is 9 to 11 months as well, and John Joe Shelby 2 to 7 months, and we've got Matt Target only just coming back after being out, I think, for the whole of pre-season, maybe. It might not have been because he's played some games. But there we go. So we have had a lot of injuries already, and that's going to play a factor into it.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially the likes of Trippier, like you mentioned, who's crucial to how Newcastle play. So relying on players that aren't necessarily first-team players might come into factor. However, has it affected us? Has it hell? We have won every single game so far.
First game of the season beating Chelsea, that's a hell of a result.
Oh yeah, Callum Wilson with the first 6-minute goal, and then Trevor Chalobah got himself sent off. We then beat Brighton 1-0. Isak, so our other striker, managed to bag a goal as well. Fulham 4-1 victory, good result. Nottingham Forest 3-1. Crystal Palace, very difficult game where you go to Selhurst Park as well, 2-1, and a Wolves home win. Own goal, 90th minute. That's when you know your luck's in for you.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Very North London-based September there.
Apart from the Chelsea game, you would expect to get results from the rest of the games.
I agree,
You're going to want to be in the top 4 Newcastle now, so that's the results you expect to get.
Absolutely, and it's put us in good stead.
The next couple of games is the hardest ones to play
Arsenal,
against.
Tottenham, absolutely. Now, we are second behind Man City, who are above us on goal difference because they've got a goal difference of 18. That's because Haaland scored 11. We've only played 5.
Goes to show the game is on board.
Realistic.
Yes.
Okay, now speaking of players, before we simulate this first season, Dad, who is your 5th favourite player? Have you done it in order, or is it just...
I have done it in order, but I'm starting with my favourite player.
All right, okay.
And I think
just breaks all the rules.
And I think it's so predictable. My first player is going to be
Alan Shearer.
100%.
Yeah, I had to be Alan Shearer.
You're talking about the Premier League goal scorer with I think it was 206 goals, was it? Yeah, 206 goals. Come from Blackburn for 15 million, which was a British record.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can remember this day so good. You know that the rumours around were so much that he was going to play for Man United. And I watched a video the other day with Alan Shearer talking about his life with
Gary
Newcastle.
Neville, was
That's
it?
The one,
yeah, on the overlap.
If you haven't seen it, have a watch of it. It's so good. And he was talking about how he had a visit from
Sir Alex
himself and all that. And Sir Alex got there and he said, am I the first interview with you or the second? And he said, I've already spoken to Kevin Keegan this morning. He said, that's me then.
Yeah.
So he knew where he was going to go. And Alan says himself, I had 100% think I was going to go United. He said, until I spoke to Kevin Keegan. He said he just changed my mind. He said, that was me doing, I was coming on.
He ruined his career. He could have won so much.
I was pleased with that, really. But so Alan Shearer is my favourite. I can remember watching so many games of Alan Shearer and being a striker myself. You know, you try and learn off what you see, and he was just deadly. His pace, he was deadly in the air, either foot, which I believe any striker should be. Good striker should be any foot.
Yeah,
and he is so good at all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And seeing him at Newcastle, at his own ground, he always wanted to be there. Brilliant.
Yeah, amazing that he scored that many as well when he had some massive knee injuries.
He did.
He lost a lot of his pace.
He broke his ankle.
Yeah.
A year being there.
Yeah.
And that's what slowed him down.
Yeah.
As well. So
crazy.
Yeah, he was out for a while with that, and he said in the video again, he said, I knew I'd lost a yard of my pace.
Yeah.
Because of that injury, and it took him a long time to come back from that. He said when I'd done my cruciate, his knee
cruciate.
when he was younger, when he was at Blackburn, I think it was. He said, I knew I'd
Southampton,
come
I
back.
think it was.
Was it Southampton, was it? He said, I knew I'd come back from that injury.
Yeah.
He said, because I was young and still, going. He said, but when I broke my ankle, I thought, oh, this is gonna cause me a bit of trouble. And it took him a long time to come back. And he said that was the lowest he's ever felt in football.
But you can gain 2 yards with a smart mind, and Alan Shearer has a smart mind.
What it was with Alan Shearer.
So there we go. Right, let's simulate this first season then and see how we get on with Newcastle United. Right, first season then, 6th place.
Not bad.
6th position. Yeah.
When you look at the teams in front of you, that's the teams you expect to see there.
Yeah. UEFA Conference League is where we finished as well. So, yeah, when we finished above Chelsea, obviously we beat, at the start of the season, Graham Potter obviously not doing that good of a job. We beat them by 1 point. Liverpool all the way down in 5th, which is interesting. Man United, top of the league. Would you believe it? But one of the games that they lost was against Newcastle on 88 points there. Was he top scorer though? Of course he was. 43. Jesus. None of our players are there though, which is shocking. Isak did get the highest average, well, second highest average rating if you're counting Haaland. I'm not. Because that's just ridiculous. And he also got the most man matches as well.
Our goal difference is only 13 compared to Man City of 66.
66, and he still didn't win the league. That's mental. So there we go. What about other competitions then? Because obviously, seeing as we're a top 6 club now, we might be in for a cup competition as well. Let's take a look. No, quarter-final by Wolves, quarter-final by Arsenal is as far as we got in both competitions. Wolves went on and won it. They beat Arsenal in the FA Cup. Good. That's shocked to see it. And the Carabao Cup was won by Liverpool. They beat Arsenal. Oh, poor Arsenal. Such a shame. They lost in both cup finals. Let's take a look then at the players. They scored. Isak scored 26, which is good, with 10 assists, and Callum Wilson only got 17. Now I know he's playing in a 2-striker formation, so you might not get as many as what you should if you're playing by yourself, but I still think that's low. We've seen 2 strikers get big tallies before.
It's 43 goals between two players or your 2 strikers, and you think, well, 43 goals is a lot of goals.
It's no Shearer and Sutton though, is it?
Well, no, but
wrong team, but still. I can't remember who he had who was good at Newcastle, who was a strike partner with him.
Les Ferdinand.
Les Ferdinand, that was a good call. I don't think Les Ferdinand would have scored 17 though.
No.
Probably not. Isak did get injured at the end of the season. When was that? 16th. So he missed a couple of games there, torn back muscle. Injuries really playing a factor there. And transfer money-wise, we got 97 million, so just under £100 million to spend in the next year, which is not bad at all. Before we take a look at that second season though, we got a very special video sponsor, swaz.co.uk. Today's video is sponsored by swaz.co.uk. Now Swaz reached to me as the kit designer for so many grassroots football teams, and the kit designing software gives you the creativity to do your own designs. Whether that be 5-a-side teams, even stag do shirts, maybe you want to replicate your own Football Manager Creator Club team. Now I used the kit designer myself, and I came up with my own Omega Luke home shirt, the blue with the black stripes and the gold trim, and of course getting that Omega Luke logo on the chest. Sponsored by my own slogan of "On Mondays we rebuild," and I'm finished. You also have the option to add a name and number on the back too, or customizable if you wish. Dad also wanted to have a go and came up with an Omega Luke away strip, the blood red shirt with the black trim, and Omega Luke on the front. He did want to put Big Daddy number 69 on the back, but I did not let him. And here they are. Very nice shirts, I must say.
Lovely, innit?
Should we put them on? I must say, really nice fit. Nice around the arms.
I'll tell you what, mate. Makes me look freaking stacked, doesn't it?
He thinks he's jacked. He's going to try and get in the wrestling ring. By the way, that's why I've got the black eye.
Yeah.
So that's one of them. But if you want to create your own design, of course, on swaz.co.uk, you can. There's a link down below in the description, or just type in swaz.co.uk. Thank you very much for sponsoring the video. Like I say, they're perfect for 5-a-side teams. Maybe you want to do like some stag do shirts. I think it's perfect for stag do shirts. I wish they were around when I did stag do's, because that would have been really good for that. And obviously loads of other customizable options should you wish to. Or you can...
The thing about it as well is the badge and the writing, all that's in the shirt material.
In the shirt, so it's not going to peel off.
Yeah, it doesn't peel off in the wash.
Yeah, I've bought some fake shirts recently and I can't wash them because...
I'm not going to say the quality of these is really, really good.
Really good. So thank you very much to swaz.co.uk for sponsoring the video. Make sure you check them out in the description or swaz.co.uk. Okay, on the outs then, Joe Willock has left us for just short of £20 million, giving us a little bit more money, as well as Fabian Schär and Emil Kraft and Javi Manquillo. A lot of players who didn't really feature last season, but we definitely have replaced them, starting off with, I think, a bit of an upgrade on that right midfield. I like Miguel Almiron. This season he's been very good, but on the game they don't rate him as highly as what he's played in real life at the minute.
I think that's going on from the last season. Yeah. I think he's a different player.
He looks completely different now. But we have signed Samuel Chukwueze, who is a Nigerian young right midfielder. 24 years of age, can play on the right, cuts inside on that left foot, and he's a little bit better than Miggy, I think is what they call him, but I think he's a little bit better. So we have brought him in from Villarreal, £37.5 million. He didn't have the best best season last season, 0 assists, but in 2 games he's got 3 assists. It's the Omega Luke effect. Average rating of 8, and he's got a player of the match too, so that I think is already a good signing. Now, one of the best one-legged centre-backs on the game is Antonio Silva. He is phenomenal. He's actually playing for Benfica in real life. By the way, congratulations to Benfica fans. We know you watched the video, because that comeback, or that win in the Champions League to put you top was hilarious to me. I thought it was amazing to knock PSG down into second place. Absolutely phenomenal stuff, and I think Antonio Silva played a big part in that. He was really good in the group stage for you.
The good thing is it puts PSG against one of the top sides now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Instead of them getting easier.
So funny. I love it.
As long as it's not Spurs.
No. So Antonio Silva joins the club as well from Benfica, £38 million, around about the same money as well, but we're actually starting him, so that's going to be good for a 19-year-old to get that Premier League experience from the off, and I think that's really crucial. He's a good ball player with as a defender, especially a young one. 13 first touch, 14 passing, 14 vision, and he tries to play way out of trouble, tries long passes, so he's very good on the ball. He's good composure as well. So I like him. I like him a lot. Now, they're not the only 2 signings. I did sign a centre midfielder because I mentioned they were weak in midfield. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, who, I mean, Leicester haven't had a lot of positives this year.
No.
One of them, I think, is getting this guy into the team playing regularly and having that start off as something that looks like could be something good in the future. He is one of the things that I think Leicester have, and I stole him from him in this pre-season. But anyway, I think he's really good, really talented midfielder, can play defensive, centre mid, or in the attacking side of things. So 24, £41 million, but because he's English, you get that English tax. That's always going to be the case. He did play quite well last season. He started quite well this season. Tactically then, we are sticking with the same, just seeing what the new signings can do with this team now, with this tactic, because of course finishing 6th is great, but we did highlight how we are weak in certain positions. So I will show you now. If we take a look at our best 11, we can see Dewsbury-Hall and Bruno Guimaraes in that midfield. Chukwueze, Saint-Maximin on the wings, Isak and Wilson at top, of course. Trippier, now that he's back from injury, should be good. Target on the left, Silva and Lacroix at centre.
Having Trippier back, that'll give us a few points this season.
Hopefully, yeah, because his not even just his dead ball, but his crosses is good. And you think Isak's like 6'3". Wilson's not bad in the air at all, is he? No. How tall is Wilson? 5'11", so that's still tall enough in my eyes. Very good strikers. So I think, yeah, he could cause some trouble this year as well. Let's take a look then, schedule-wise, because we have played 3 games. Oh, no, that's 2 games. Juventus is a friendly, but still. We beat Juventus. We beat Chelsea again.
First game of the season again.
Yeah. Great, isn't it?
Callum Wilson again.
Yeah, so we went
2 minutes this time, so we beat it last season.
Yeah. We went 2-1 up. Trippier actually scored on the 61st minute.
So he's already got his 3 points there.
He has indeed. Lukaku's back as well, and he could only get a consolation goal for Chelsea in a 3-2 loss. Then we played Leicester, who we just pinched Dewsbury-Hall from. They scored in the 93rd minute, and again another consolation after Bruno Guimaraes and Callum Wilson scored for us. So good start, but again, we have Man City next. Of course, we entered the Europa League, finishing in 6th position. We had to do the qualifying. No, we didn't have to do the qualifying. We went straight through. Let's take a look at our group. Parthenorp is Napoli, by the way. They haven't got the license in to call them Napoli. Kind of like last year, they didn't have Juve. Now they have the full license for Juve. So, but they haven't got Napoli.
You'd have done all the Italian sides then, wouldn't you, really?
That's weird. So Parthenorp or Napoli, Feyenoord and AEK from
Greece.
You
could go by the way Napoli's playing this season.
Oh, untouchable right now.
You think second would be good enough for us then, really.
Yeah, very, very entertaining team.
Yeah.
They're scoring a lot of goals.
What's that young boy they got playing?
Kvaratskhelia.
Oh,
He is incredible.
he is, isn't he?
Yeah, he looks amazing. I'm going to show you how good he is on this game because I'm excited by him. So when we went up to SI to have a look at the brand new game, he's the first player I wanted to have a look at.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, lads, come round and have a look.
Yeah.
Because look how good he is. He's incredible. The fact that he's only 22. Now, he was a wonder kid on last year's game.
Was he?
But he was nowhere near as good as this.
No.
So I think they rated him quite fairly because from what I've seen, he is immense.
Yeah.
Very good player, but his value is ridiculously high. It's very hard to prize him away from Napoli. But yeah, incredible player from Georgia. And I think there's the club that he was playing for, because of the Ukrainian war. Yeah, so with the Russian war, he left Russia.
Yeah.
Then went to Dinamo, and then within 6 months, Napoli bought him. So fair enough.
Yeah.
He scored 8 goals in 11 games for them there.
There you go with that.
So he's done very well. So they are in our group for the Europa League alongside Feyenoord and AEK.
Well,
I'd like
I'm
to think
gonna
we
go
go
for second.
second. Yeah, I agree. So we should be having an exciting time in Europa League next season, as well as obviously try and get ourselves into the top 4. Now, Dal, what is your second player in your all-time favourite Newcastle players?
I'm going to go for Andy Cole, or Andrew Cole, as he wanted to be called near the end of his career.
Yeah.
I love watching another striker scored loads and loads of goals. When I looked it up, I couldn't believe where he'd come from, because he'd come from Bristol City
Yeah.
for, I think it was 1.5 million, no, 1.73 million. He scored 68 goals in 83 games appeared.
I think people forget how many goals he scored for Newcastle
he was
because of how
phenomenal.
many he scored
Yeah.
for United.
He was phenomenal for Newcastle. I mean, as much as I like watching him, the biggest thing that stuck in my mind about Andy Cole when I was thinking about different players is when Newcastle sold him for 7 million to Man United.
Yeah.
And it kicked up so much fuss that the board actually asked Kevin Keegan to go outside onto those steps that you always see the Newcastle fans outside the ground and explain, him and Terry McDermott had to go and explain why they sold him.
Really?
And I can remember seeing the videos to it and Kevin Keegan out there saying, look, we had to get rid of him, things weren't just right, bear with us, we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We will correct it. We know we've lost a big goal scorer.
He'll do nothing at United.
Yeah.
He'll do nothing.
I mean, he went on and won so many trophies with but I think he left in the January window, and in the summer transfer window they bought Les Ferdinand.
Okay.
So they replaced him
Yeah.
with another good striker, but that bit in between, I think, was a big loss for Newcastle.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, definitely.
I mean, if you like watching Newcastle, watch some of the videos of Andy Cole, some of the finishes he done. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, okay, let's simulate this second season. Second season, second place.
I'll take that.
Look how close we are from winning the league.
Oh, joints. So that one game that we lost 3 games, that cost us the league.
Oh, that's a very
But then saying that
heartbreaking
Liverpool
time.
drew their last game, so
Yeah, they had
nearly
already
lost it.
Yeah, they had already kind of won it. Well, to be fair, yeah, they needed a result.
Yeah.
If they did, who did they draw against? Sheffield United.
So if they had lost that game, we'd have
Yeah.
won the league.
Who
So.
finished bottom on 20 points?
Sheffield United.
They almost cost Liverpool the league.
Yeah.
Oh, that's absolutely devastating. I want to check the past positions of that. How did we actually? Oh my God, we threw it away.
That game that we lost cost us our position in the league,
Yeah,
as well as the league.
yeah, that's tough, isn't it?
Hey, I'm still going to take that, mate. I'm
Still
gonna
take that. Still take that.
We're improving.
Yeah, absolutely. Erling Haaland got 33 goals. Isak got 24. And again, he's second fiddle to Isak. But Chukwueze got the most assists this season with 15. Very good. But
I
that's...
think in the Premier League, that is the best Newcastle have done. It's come
Really?
second. Yeah. Didn't they? I think
they-
they've come come second twice in the Premier League.
Yeah, when Keegan did that, we'll love it if we beat them.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
And they were so far in front then, they lost so many points, didn't they? And they pipped them at the last game of the season, was it?
Yeah, that was horrible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What a shame. Sorry, team fans. Right, okay. What about other competitions then? Our first season in Europa League. How have we done? Quarterfinal.
Bolton Wanderers.
Quarterfinal. 5th round by Bolton. 4th round by Chelsea, which you kind of expect, but Bolton's knocking us out. How are Bolton knocking us out of the FA Cup? Man United won that. They beat Brentford in the final there. Lazio's a difficult team. We know that they're very good. They probably beat us by Immobile scoring a goal. So they beat us on penalties. It was 4-4 and they beat us on penalties. That's unfortunate. The round of 16, did we play in that? We did. We beat Antwerp in the round of 16. Did we play in the playoff? No, which means we topped the group. So
Hey,
that's not bad. Napoli
Napoli.
there, they had to face Porto in their group. So we topped the group and the final was Napoli.
There you go, mate.
Unlucky Napoli having to play the playoff, and they go and win it. Fantastic. Talk about putting your foot in it, Luke.
Yeah.
Right, okay. What about the goals then? Who scored the goals? 39 goals for Isak, 22 for Callum Wilson.
Better, isn't it?
Yeah.
61 goals between
Yeah.
two players.
Callum Wilson is leaving the club, though.
Joe Linton, 17 goals.
Joelinton in only 17 starts as well, which is not
good.
bad at all. Samuel Chukwueze got 20 assists.
So we
Alan
need a new
Maxine
striker then,
13. We do need a new striker because Callum Wilson's contract has run out and he is leaving. He is 32 now, so it is kind of around about time.
Yeah.
How much money have we got to replace him though? 117 million. Should be enough.
Yeah.
Should be enough. The likes of Dan Burns also leaving. He's 32. Isaac Hayden, Chris Wood. So we're losing 2 strikers during this transfer window. So let's go see who we replaced them with. Now, the first signing I made is Angelino, who is a left back. Used to play for Manchester City at some point, but we've brought him in from Leipzig because I think he gives us a bit of an upgrade in that left back position.
I do like him as well. I've watched him a few times.
Very talented. Really good crosser of the ball, and it shows that on this as well. So that's one of his highlights, I'd say, one of his highest attributes, but he is a very good tackler of the ball.
Yeah.
Passing as well, so he's a good ball player, can win the ball back, can he also progress further up, and I think that's exactly what we need now that we're kind of in the top 4 and we're a top 4 club. £29 million, I think that's worth it, to be honest. Definitely. Interesting that they actually loaned him out in real life. I thought that was really strange when I've seen it, but they did bring I think they bought Hoffenheim's left back David Raum.
Oh right, yeah.
So I think it's a case of, if we buy your left back, can we loan you ours for a season type of deal? So there we go. But he joins us the club, but he's not the only player because we needed to replace a goalkeeper. Now, Nick Pope is good enough still, but Diogo Costa, I felt like, I mean, have you seen how good this guy is in real life?
No.
He is the Porto goalkeeper who has saved 17 penalties.
Oh, right,
I think it is in 2022.
Yeah, I remember reading that, yeah.
The fact that they've actually conceded that amount of penalties did shock me to begin with. But now he's actually saved them is awesome. I mean, there's goalkeepers who will go throughout their whole career and not save that many. David De Gea. But, I mean, Diogo Costa, who is actually linked with Man United, I thought it was around about the right time to bring him in because Nick Pope is getting to that point now where he might be looking at retirement or too old. I think he's 33. And this guy is definitely
24.
an upgrade. Yeah, it's going to be the goalkeeper for the next 10 years. So Patreon members, we're building you a young side here, remember. So if you are new here, patreon.com/MegaLukeGaming, you get the save game file at the end of the 5 years so you can continue the journey, and Dad will give you a task alongside that. It is £5 for the month, but you get all the save game files from previous and all the save game files this month as long as you continue to renew. And I thank you very much for everybody who is a Patreon member. I do appreciate it. Patreon.com/OmegaLukeGaming. The link's down below in the description should you wish to just find a link. But there we go. So 23 million I think is a really cheap cost as well.
It is for a keeper nowadays, I think.
Yeah. There are people who are saying that this is going to be the next Alisson and Edison.
Right.
When they came to Premier League and everyone was like, they're going to be the next big thing. That's who people are touting to be the next big thing. Now the striker situation. I went back to an old favourite. Do you remember how good Beto was last year?
Yeah.
I brought him back because he's even better this year. He's even Beto this year. That's a bad pun, isn't it? He's quicker, he's got better mental attributes, and he can still finish, and he can still header, and he's 6'4". He's bloody fantastic. Yeah. He's absolutely incredible. And it's another Portuguese player. We're becoming Wolves. Wolves are like, whoa, who are we supposed to sign? We're bringing him in. He's very good. He's got 1 cap for Portugal. There we go. 24 million as well. That is cheap.
It is,
for a player who scored 19 goals for Udinese.
In Italy.
Yeah, Udinese are not getting a lot of chances.
No.
And he's bagging them. He has not scored a goal for us yet, but I'm sure he will.
Oh,
it's a good cost for a very quality player. But our final signing is Kyle Walker-Peters, £35 million. Did you find it really weird when Tottenham brought through a player called Kyle Walker and then Kyle Walker-Peters?
Yeah.
Because I did.
And then sold both of them as well.
And sold both
I found that even more weird.
Yeah. They sold him for £12
Such a
million.
young player as well, I thought.
Yeah. Really good. Played on both sides.
Yeah, played for the future, wasn't it?
But that's the reason why I bought him. £35 million is what I spent. It's quite a lot of money, but he does play on both wings naturally. Yeah. He's really good too. So yeah, Kyle Walker-Peters joins the club, which actually makes our team look ridiculously good now. Now, we are still going with the same formation because right now, it got a 2nd position in the league. We can't really just ignore how good that was, even though we are improving the team ever so slightly. Our best 11 looks like this. Antonio Silva, Lucas, Rowe, Angelino, and Walker-Peters actually is better, according to our assistant manager, to Trippier. Bruno Gomes, Dewsbury Hall, St. Maxime, Chukwueze, we know that, and now it's Beto and Isak up top. I like that a lot. Let's take a look then at the schedule. We're starting off the season very well again, but we have drew a game to Brentford, which, first game of the season.
That's because we usually play Chelsea in the first game of the
That's true. But instead, we played Arsenal, we beat them, and then that.
City's even better.
Woo. We didn't even concede a goal against Haaland. Atrocious player.
Brilliant.
He is atrocious, isn't he?
Isak, 77th minute. Chukwueze, the 89th.
Left it late. That's what City normally do, don't they?
Yeah. Now we are in the Champions League. We've just stolen Porto's goalkeeper and we've got to play them, but we are going to the new format. So we don't have a group stage anymore. We've just been given the games that we've got to play. So now I have to press more buttons so that you can see the games that we've got
City,
in the future.
Porto,
so it's
Juventus.
Celtic, Porto, Juve, Dortmund, Ludogorets, Marseille, Madrid, Leipzig. I'm not going to be used to this when it actually happens.
I'm lost already.
Yeah. You play 8 different
Is
teams.
it classed as a league? Is it a league thing now?
So it's all one league.
Right.
And the top 8 qualify automatically. The second 8 go into playoffs
Right.
to go into the round of 16. No, the second 16 go into, I don't know. Who cares?
Celtic, I'll be disappointed we don't beat Celtic.
Yeah.
Porto,
We just stole their goalkeeper.
I'd like to think we get a result there.
Yeah.
Juventus are not very good at the moment, so I'd like to think we get a result there. Dortmund, my favourite German team, they're our team to beat.
Yeah. I think the only game that we would expect to lose is the Madrid game.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think we'll get a result, if not win every single one.
Got to win your own games, mate.
We have
Win your own
indeed.
games, you get through.
Absolutely. So, will that be the case for this Champions League and this new Champions League format with 36 different clubs in? Who knows? We'll have to find out. But before we do, Dad needs to give us his third favourite Newcastle player.
Well, I'm going for an actual midfield player this time.
Okay.
Player that I enjoyed watching so much for Spurs. But I watched him at Newcastle, thought he was absolutely brilliant. And
Jermaine Genius.
close. But I was so chuffed. I was so chuffed when Spurs bought him in '96, I think it was. 97, I think it was, yeah. David Ginola.
Ah, Ginola, of course.
Skill-wise and that, and even Kevin Keegan said that he was absolutely brilliant. That's why he signed him.
Yeah. I thought it was because of the hair.
Yeah. He signed from PSG.
Yeah.
In '96, I think it was. No, 95. I'm getting all the years wrong, aren't I? 95. The following year, Bobby Robson tried to buy him for Barcelona.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's how good he was at.
That's how close he was.
Oh, he must have thought, shall I go?
Yeah.
You know.
But then Barcelona wasn't the team that they were
No.
kind of 5 or 6 years later, I guess.
So, he done so well at Newcastle, and I think the fans absolutely loved him over
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And whenever he's in this country, you get so much respect in this country
Yeah,
for what
he's
he's done. Spurs, I'm not a Spurs fan, thinks he's a legend, and I do.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's my next sort of player that I really enjoyed watching for Newcastle and also for Spurs as well. So.
He even featured on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he didn't score many goals for Newcastle.
Well, I'm a Celebrity.
I think he only scored 6 goals in his career at Newcastle, which I was surprised about.
No, that is quite low.
Then, he was bombed in the wing, taking players on, and I think he just sort of cut them back and let someone tap in the net. So
Yeah, quality player.
What a midfield player.
Yeah, very fun to watch. Let's take a look at the end of this third season. Third season, we've dropped down to 7th place.
Not good, is it?
No, that's not good at all. We've qualified for the UEFA Conference League. 61 points
Very disappointed with
as
that.
compared to last season's 84. So we
Yeah,
are
bad
lacking a
season,
lot
isn't
of
we?
points there. A lot of points. 23 points in total, less than what we had the season before that. I don't know what to say. Liverpool have won the league again, 94 points this season. They got 10 more, only losing 2 games.
I mean, Man United is second with 81, so
Yeah.
we got into the 80s that we did last season, we'd have been second again, so that's really disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Man City are down in 6th place. That's quite shocking, really, to see that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lukaku's now the top scorer of Erling Haaland on 28. Surely Pep Guardiola's not there anymore, so Steve Holland's there. So I think Pep has just been sacked. Oh my God. So Pep Guardiola was sacked, and then Jurgen Klopp was sacked. Serves you right. So Man United manager is still Eric Ten Hag. Thank you very much, Eric. And the Liverpool manager, of course, is now Simeone.
Do you know, I was already just thinking, Atletico Madrid, they got beat again, didn't they, in the Champions League? Completely
can't-
knocked out of every European competition. They could finish bottom of the group, didn't they?
Yep, and then
And I thought
definitely not
myself
going to win the
then,
league.
He's going to be sacked. They're going to be sacking him, surely.
Absolutely.
So
Mikel
I won't be
Arteta's that on
surprised
us
if they do sack him soon.
now. Is Conte still there? No. Favre is at Tottenham. I don't suppose you know who that is, do you?
No, I don't.
I'm a little bit of...
68-year-old, I'm surprised I haven't heard of him.
So he was manager of Nice as well from 2022. Dortmund for a little bit. He was at Dortmund as manager. Nice again. Borussia Mönchengladbach. But yeah, he's kind of getting into it.
Yeah.
He's a Swiss manager there, so not bad. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Who's Chelsea manager now? I want to see Pioli, who's the AC Milan manager right now. So very good manager as well. So all of the what you think, obviously Guardiola now being sacked. I don't know where he is right now, but still he's not at any of these clubs. But we have dropped down to 7th place. That's not good enough.
No.
Okay, other competitions then. How have we done? We have the runners-up of the bloody Carabao Cup. Quarter-final. We can't get past the quarter-final, can we? Quarter-final against Leipzig in the Champions League. Penalties again.
We had him in our group as well, didn't we?
Yeah, penalties again.
Yeah.
No, we played them. There isn't a group anymore, is there?
We played him on that league basis that we were in.
Yeah, that random league thing. So the knockout. Oh, so we got to the knockout stage. So we were in the we didn't finish in the top 8, but we faced Man United and knocked them out. That's not bad considering
We're
who
winning
it
your
is.
own games, mate, innit?
Yeah, 3-2.
You know, they won
on
2-0
aggregate.
and we won 3-0.
Absolutely. So the league phase then. How do we? So it's the 16 after from 9th. 16 down from 9th.
Right.
So because we finished in 21st with 3 wins and...
Yeah, see, Leipzig, they come 3rd, look.
Yeah. Wow, they did really well.
Yeah.
They must have beat us. Oh, we drew against them. We lost 3. Real Madrid, Porto, and Dortmund. Bayern finished the top there. So it's very difficult to understand. It's not going to be nice having to go through this each time. The Champions League winners this season, though, was Barcelona, who beat Leipzig in the final. Wow, fair enough. They had a really good season.
Yeah.
4-0 in the final. But yeah, who beat us in the Carabao Cup? It was Liverpool 2-0, the champions, who have won it 4 years in a row now. Ridiculous. Squad-wise, who scored us the most goals? Beto got 34. Isak got 26. St. Maximin got 12. Assist-wise, not a lot of assists. Chuck Woozy had the most with 13.
We got a new striker in and he does the business.
Yes.
So our defence let us down then.
Our defence has let us down there. How much money have we got? £118 million to repair that. Trippier is leaving. He's 34 now. He hasn't played much this season. Didn't want to sign a new deal, so he is going to Real Sociedad. What can we do with this money here to replace him and others at the back to try and hopefully take us back up the table? Let's take a look. Okay, first signing I've made is a player that I've never actually heard of, but when I've seen him, I can't believe nobody's ever told me about him, and it's Vitor Roque. 20 years of age, Brazilian striker. As a backup, he wants to be a backup as well. He's happy to be a squad player, so rotational at the very least. Really good, really talented.
Yeah.
And we only picked him up for £17 million. Now, he did score 12 goals the season before that, when he was really young, like we're talking 18, 19. But he's only played 3 games this season so far because of the way the Brazilian league starts, and we've bought him just as that started. But he's already scored 1 goal for them there. So yeah, he looked good, to be fair. So gotta be happy with that signing, bringing him in. Who else have we brought in though? Well, let's take a look. We wanted some defenders. We needed another right back, Nathan Patterson from Everton.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously they just
Young
bought
lad
him
coming through, yeah.
from Rangers, and he's started playing games, and he's looking really good for Everton in real life.
Yeah.
Lampard's got him playing quite well. He's really good on Football Manager. So 23 years of age, we picked him up 48 million. It's a lot, but in that first 3 games, he's got us a very good average rating and 1 assist.
Yeah, that's good.
So he's going to come in as our starting right back, to be fair, in front of Kyle Walker-Peters, and I'm happy with that. Really quick player and good stamina, so he's bombing up and down, which I like about him. And he can play on both sides if we need him to. Always a positive. Yeah, so that's really good. The final signing, though, I can't believe I managed to pull it off. It's Gavi from Barcelona. Oh, that's good.
What a signing.
Yeah. Only 21 years of age, and we're in the 4th season.
Yeah.
So your Patreon members going to have Gavi for the remainder of whenever you have it.
Already, like, between 190 and 133 million.
That's mental, isn't it?
Hey.
How many caps does he have so far? 13 caps for Spain and he's 21. That's saying something, because Spain's midfield is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, mental attributes, you wouldn't see that on a veteran. Like, that is impressive.
It's good, yeah.
It's just his physicals that kind of let him down, like jump and reach and strength, but he's not really built for that. He's 5'8". He's very much like the Iniesta, isn't he? He's like an Iniesta regen, to be honest. Like, really good passing, technical player. Mentally, he's insane. So we bring him into the club as our new creative midfielder because I don't think we have one. We had two very much box-to-box midfielders.
Yeah.
Nobody who's going to give that defense splitting pass. He is that guy. He tries killer balls often. He will come deep to get the ball, plays 1-2s. He is a playmaker. So we bring him in for £52 million. I think that is so good.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the players that we have brought in. We have changed things around tactically to fit Gavi. We have now got a centre midfielder on attack. He has a license to just go. We've got a DM there who can be Dewsbury Hall. It can be Bruno Guimaraes. One of those two players can fit in there really nicely. So let's take a look then at the pick without restriction best 11. This is what our assistant sees as our best 11. As I kind of expected, other than Kyle Walker-Peters is arguably better than Angelino, but we do have inverted wingbacks now because we have less in the midfield, so they will sit in here instead and help out. That's probably why Kyle Walker-Peters has been picked up.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's kind of as I'd expected it to be. Let's take a look at the schedule. We have been playing a lot of games and we've been winning a lot of games.
Good start.
So we've
Really
played
good
a
start.
few qualifiers in the Conference League. We've won all 4 of them, so
Yeah.
we are into the conference. I know you're going to be over the moon with that. Bournemouth 3-0 win to start things off. Beta with 2, Gavi with 1 on his debut. Great stuff. Leicester 2-1 victory against them. Isak and Chuck Woozy. But a 1-1 draw against Southampton in a 94th minute equaliser.
Yeah.
That's just that's just one of those games of not putting your chances away and it costing you at the end of the
Yeah,
game, isn't it?
definitely.
They're going to feel like they smash and grabbed us there. Now, the Conference League, you'll be pleased to know, is exactly the same.
We're going to take about 2 seasons to get used to this, isn't we?
Oh, it's going to be
When it first comes
horrible. It's going to be awful. So we are playing loads of different teams, so let's take a look at it again. UEFA Conference League, there we go. So we got AEK, never heard of that team. Dynamo Minsk. Again, I'm curious of where that's a class like crest, but where is that the finish? Playing a team from Finland.
Yeah.
Maccabi Haifa, who we've just seen Benfica beat and qualify through thanks to the win in top of the group, and Riga as well, which is that I don't even know what that is. Latvia. Latvia as well. Okay, so we should be winning all those games.
Disappointed if we don't.
Yeah,
Really.
we
Come
should
on.
be winning those games. Okay.
Top Premier League, so we should be winning that.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, okay, we'll see how we get on for the remainder of the season. But Dan, can you give us your 4th player for Newcastle?
Yep, so I'm back on the striker again now.
Okay.
Now, as a child, I was 10 years of old and I started watching this striker. And I used to go and watch my dad play football, your granddad, all the time at that age. And I can remember saying to my dad, watching this striker on the telly, it's like watching him, that's how good my dad was. Malcolm McDonald.
Yep, you've mentioned him quite a few times.
Yeah, Super Mac. Very aggressive, very quick, both feet again. No defender wanted to play against him. And then back in them days, the centre defenders, they were allowed to knock you about as well.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
And he took all of that as well.
Give it back.
Oh, what a striker he was. He signed for Luton for 118,000 and he scored 168 goals in 258 games. What a striker. If anybody wanted to see videos going back the old time and all that, it was 1976, I think it was, somewhere around that time he played. What a striker for Newcastle. And I'd like to think that the Newcastle fans must have been a legend back there, loved him and all that. But yeah, Malcolm McDonald, Super Mac. Finally went to Arsenal.
Yep.
And made a name for himself there at Arsenal as well. Won quite a few things there with Arsenal, but what a striker. Solely reminded me of my dad.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Right, let's find out how we have done in this 4th season. 4th season, champions!
Get in.
Look at that. That is a turnaround.
91 points. That's a hell of a turnaround, isn't it?
Absolutely. And that's
9 points.
9 points ahead of
And
Man
we
City.
lost 2 of our last 3 games.
Yeah, Liverpool at the end of the season there as well. Lost quite a few. They dropped down massively compared to the 94 points that they had last season. Big drop off like we had, down to 4th place.
Looking at that as well, we've got the best goal difference as well.
51. So we scored 99 goals in total. We only lost 5 games. Man City, Wolves, Chelsea, Forest and Tottenham. Losing 2 home games there, drawing only 4 games. All of them were away. So we lost a lot. We won, a lot of our home games, exactly which you always tell us to do.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Erling Haaland got 32 goals, but both Beto and Isak was behind him with a total of 54.
Brilliant.
So there we go. Better in numbers.
Beto was a good signing, mate.
He's a very good signing indeed, as well as Isak. Gavi got the 2nd most assists after Bernardo Silva with an insane 22. And Beto got 7
That's so
player
well player.
matches.
I watched a programme on Grealish this week, and he said, "Who is Pep's favourite player?"
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo
He is his
Silva.
pet.
Yeah.
He's his pet.
Very, very good. So, cracking season for us. We are champions of England for the first time in a very long time
Yes,
for Newcastle.
it is,
First
yeah.
ever Premier
Yeah.
League win. Okay, let's take a look at other competitions then. Do we get any other silverware? Oh, we're the winners of the Conference League.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
on.
It's a double.
Let's go. What a competition. Let's take a look who we beat. Midtjylland in the final from Denmark. Tottenham won it the season before.
Hey.
So yeah, we managed to do that. Let's take a look at the league phase. We finished in 4th place. We won 5. We lost
Become
one
top
of
of the
them.
group. Team will be in the
Midtjylland.
final.
Yeah, there we go. We lost to AEK Athens. That's a bit strange. We didn't play in the knockouts. We played round of 16. We beat Marseille 8-3 on aggregate. Quarter-final, we then faced Sparta Prague 8-1 on aggregate. Semi-final 9-1 on aggregate against Sociedad. That's tricky.
What a result that was.
We're about to record, well, we're recording this today, just as, and they're actually kicking off in 4 minutes, United versus Sociedad. And United need to win by 2 goals to qualify as top of the group, so we'll see whether that happens. I'm not making any comments about how good Real Sociedad are. But anyway, in this, we beat them 9-1 on aggregate, and we went on and beat Midtjylland in the final to pick up our second trophy of this whole rebuild so far. It took us 4 years, but we finally managed to do it.
We got there. We won
And
the
what was
league.
the Premier League as well, yeah. Our squad's looking quite thin though, isn't it?
Yeah.
46 goals for Beto, 44 for Isak. That's what I wanted.
100 goals.
And
No, 90 goals, sorry.
Vitor Roque got 23, which is incredible really, considering he only had 18 starts.
So you got
31
100, you got
subs.
120 goals there from 4 players.
Yeah.
No wonder why we won the league.
Unbelievable. And look how many assists people got as
Yeah.
well. Really good. Really solid. How much money have we been given? Another £100 million to spend. Nice.
Yes.
To see if we can retain and see if we can do any better
I mean, the
than
good thing
quarterfinals
is
of
they're
the
not,
Champions League.
as a board, they're not just chucking money at it. Because 100 million nowadays is not a lot of money.
Not
is it?
a lot
It's
at
one
all.
player, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? So but it's good that they're not just chucking millions and millions at it, which you'd think they would do. Because they've got beyond the scenes things to sort out as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Speaking of that, I have updated the training facilities once. I'm asking to do it again.
Yeah.
And trying to get as much as that done as possible.
That was one of the things Alan Shearer in his video brought up. Is there things going on beyond the scenes? They want to
They want to
make
emulate Man City, don't
Yeah, they want to make the stadium bigger, to
Yeah.
get more fans in, because they've got the fans there wanted to get into the ground. One of the training facilities go up there. I'll tell you one thing, I was surprised, and I forgot to say it when I talked about the Alan Shearer video. They've got a statue of Alan Shearer outside the ground.
Yeah.
When I say outside the ground, it is outside the ground.
Yeah.
They wouldn't allow it to be put actually on the
On the
ground
ground, so that-
premises.
yeah.
So the council said you could put it just outside the ground
Yeah.
where we wanted to put it. And
I
that
did
was
see that.
Is it Mike Smith, the chairman then?
Yeah, Mike
He
Ashley.
Mike Ashley, sorry. He wouldn't let him bring it in.
Yeah.
I mean, Alan Shearer, he's an hero.
Yeah, he's a
And he
legend.
wouldn't let him do it. This board have now said they're bringing that statue onto the premises of the ground. They're
Good.
going to do it. It's going to be done.
Good.
So brilliant.
Yeah.
Well done.
Right, okay. Let's take a look at this 5th season then, see who we bring in with this money, and see if we can retain the Premier League. Final season then, and I brought in our friend. We've got to see what he's like. We've got to see
What can
what
I
he's
say?
like.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he's even better now, and we spent a lot of money on him, 73 million. He's had some wonderful seasons at Parthenope, or Napoli as we all know them, and now we are bringing him to the Premier League. So you guys who are getting the Save Game File will get to play with this guy.
I mean, look at
He
it.
looks
187 with 237 million.
Yeah.
How much did we pay for him?
He had a release cost of 73 million. So
Best
bargain.
73 million you'll ever spend.
Absolute bargain bringing him in. We did bring in a couple of other players as well. So one of them was a backup goalkeeper because Nick Pope has left the club. We brought this guy in from Norwich, who actually is really good. So if you're looking for like a backup or even a first choice goalkeeper, this guy's really good from Barry that they picked him up. We
Still
bought
got
him for
Costa, though, he's
7.5.
good. Our goalkeepers are good.
Oh yeah, he's not going to replace Diego Costa. He's just going to be a backup. And we also needed a good centre-back backup because we only had 3 of them. So we brought in this guy from Real Madrid, another youngster, only 25, so he starts off at 20. Danny Luick, Austrian goalkeeper, who actually... Austrian defender. Austria have a really good team, like low-key, a really good team. Interested to see what they're doing internationally in the next couple of years. I don't remember whether they qualified for the World Cup, but whether they do or not, like the next couple of years, they've got a team that could be there in a couple of years' time. That's really good. £21 million is what we spent, half the much as what Real Madrid paid for him 2 seasons ago, and he can play right back. Really good player, and left back should we need him to. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
So tactically, we don't need to change anything because we just won the league. Let's take a look at the best 11, and it is pretty much the same as what you'd expect, but with Craradonna is what they're actually calling him, because he plays at Napoli. Yeah. He is replacing St. Maximin on that left, who, yeah, I would say he's a little bit better than him. And of course, Beto, Isak up top, as we would expect. Schedule-wise, we are currently top of the Premier League because we have won 3 games.
Friendly against Barcelona, we just hammered them.
Hammered them 5-1. We did lose the Charity Shield. First time the Charity Shield, we lose it. 4-3 to Southampton. But we did beat Norwich 3-0. We beat Fulham 3-2. And we beat Wolves 6-2. So we haven't really been tested.
Expect to win, innit?
Yeah. Champions League then. We know it's a stupid group. So we just need to see who our games are against.
I'm surprised we played the friendly game against Barcelona. See, we've got to play them.
Well, it's probably hasn't been the draw for them. Barcelona, Inter Milan, Wolfsburg, AC Milan, Real Madrid, Benfica. There are some tricky games in that.
The 2 top Italian sides and the 2 top Spanish sides. How did we work that out?
The draw for that is a little bit wrong. Considering as well, we should have been first seed because we won the league. So that's a little bit out of order, but there we go.
Well, Liverpool and Chelsea looks like their first and second team there, don't it?
It's just, I don't know why that is, to be fair. I don't know why it's set up like that. But yeah, it does look a little bit dodgy, doesn't it? The games that we've been getting.
It's a hard group, isn't it?
Absolutely.
A hard league.
Right, okay. We're going to simulate the 5th season. Dad, give us your final player for Newcastle.
Well, this time I'm going for a goalkeeper. Really enjoyed watching this goalkeeper. Thought he was a legend for Newcastle. Played for a long time. Played 354 games. Signed from Blackburn, Shay Given.
Yeah, it was obvious as soon as you said goalkeeper, I couldn't think of anyone else.
What a goalkeeper. Now, one thing I can always remember watching about Shay Given, and it's a shame really because he's a really good keeper. If you want to go and watch a video of Shay Given, look at the mess ups that he's done. And this one was against Dion Dublin. Ball's come across, he's caught it, he's looking around to where to throw it. Dion Dublin is stood right behind him, and he ain't got Scooby-Doo, he's there. So he's looking around, puts the ball on the floor, Dion Dublin runs around, puts it into the empty net. Oh, hilarious. And out of that came a joke. Shay Given is the only Irishman who doesn't know where Dublin is.
That is good.
But yeah, I mean, he went on and he signed for Man City, but another legend, I think, at Newcastle.
Yeah, I agree.
Really good goalkeeper. You know, you can't knock him. What I will say, though, is if I haven't picked any players that you thought I should have picked, I'm sorry, but it was players that I've watched that I feel that I've really enjoyed watching playing for Newcastle.
Yeah.
And they were the top 5 for me.
Yeah, let us know down in the comments your top 5 for Newcastle. Be interested to see. Right, okay, let's simulate this 5th and final season. Final season, we finish in 2nd place. We cannot retain the Premier League.
That's a shame.
6 points behind Liverpool, who are champions. We dropped off quite a lot of points, to be fair, which is disappointing. Isak only got 23 goals. Haaland getting 41, and they're still down in 6th place. How are you getting that low when you got Erling Haaland scoring 40 goals? It's ridiculous. But I guess we did stop Liverpool winning 4 in a row, so that's something. Tottenham down in 8th place. Southampton creeping up into 5th. They beat us in the Charity Shield, obviously. Yeah. They carried on and did quite a good season. Let's take a look at other competitions then. How have we done? Oh, Champions League winners and the FA Cup. Oh. And the FA Cup.
Favourite trophy as well.
We beat Barcelona in the final after extra time, which is quite impressive.
So we played them in the new league basis.
Yeah.
And then we beat them in the final.
Beto with the winner. Kvaratskhelia had a goal disallowed on the 87th minute as well. And obviously we thought we might have won it. Yeah. No, Beto scored in the 115th. 5 minutes left before. And we went on and beat
I'll take runners up in the league then for that.
Yeah, I would. FA Cup as well. Extra time. Against Chelsea. 2-1. That was a 92nd minute winner from Almiron, who's still at the club. And Beto again got a 68th minute goal. So he's been a great signing for us, getting crucial goals. So we love to see that. Let's take a look at the Champions League then. Who we played where? Did we go through? No, so we 13th. So we had to play in the playoffs again.
13.
Yeah, so let's take a look then. We played the knockout playoffs. We beat Salzburg in that. Round of 16, we then beat Chelsea on penalties. We've had a hard way to the final. Real Madrid, 2-1 on aggregate against Real Madrid. Then we played Bayern Munich. We had no slouches.
Real Madrid and Bayern Munich.
And then
Chelsea.
Barcelona.
And then Barcelona,
Yeah, we deserve to win
when
that
you look
Champions
at that, that's
League.
exactly what Real Madrid done this season, didn't they? Well, the season
They have
just
knocked
gone.
out all
They
the
knocked
good
big
teams.
guns,
Yeah,
didn't they?
yeah. But we have definitely done that, and we deserve to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Best team in Europe. Get in.
37 goals from Isak, but Beto got arguably the most important goals that we have seen anyway from the finals. 26 from there. St. Maximin got 15. Kvaratskhelia got 11 and 11. So St. Maximin played a lot less, but he got more goals and assists, which is interesting.
Happy with that, yeah.
Dad, what is your 5-year plan? We've already asked the Geordies what the food's like and stuff in a previous video.
Yeah.
So what is your 5-year plan taking over this side?
I'm going to go, seeing that we've just missed out on winning the league, win the league.
Yeah, win the league.
Just simple as that. You've got a really good team, young team coming through. See if you can win the league. Take what else you give them after that. I mean, we just won the Champions League, just won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
2 favourite trophies for me, especially the FA Cup, to win us the league back again.
Yeah, you got 182 million with an unbelievable
Why
wage
do we
budget.
always, whenever we get to the end of our time, it's the biggest transfer market, the going in it.
Unbelievable. So page.com/MegaLoot Gaming. That save game file will be available for you to download right now. And of course, check out swaz.co.uk.
Let us know what you think of the shirts.
Yeah, we might do a giveaway because we've got some extras here.
Yeah.
So let us know down in the comments your favourite Newcastle players, and I'll pick somebody out and I'll send you a shirt. They are limited sizes, so if you are the right size, then hopefully...
Small, large.
Yeah, small. Right, thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you next Monday for another rebuild. Bye-bye.